To own or not to own? When it comes to my SDR team, does it make sense for me to invest and to own a team, or does it make sense to outsource that team? If I do, how do I do that? And will they screw up my business? In today's episode, we're going to tackle this topic, and hopefully it can help you to solve or resolve some of those concerns. You're going to love it. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another great episode of the Sales Evangelist podcast. My name is Mr. Donald C. Kelly, the Sales Evangelist, and I'm so excited for another great episode. I'm so excited to be here with you today. And on this episode, we are going to talk to the one and only Mr. Mike Farrell. And Mike is working with an organization that they do a lot of outsourcing of a company outsources their BDR team or SDR team to them. Now, it's not their whole organization that they outsource, and they've worked with small companies for companies that are small for one or two individuals to companies that large as IBM, and it goes a wide range. And the cool thing though about the conversation is that I wanted to really dive in. I wanted to ask some questions. I didn't want him to just give me the marketing answers as far as what companies should do, but he was very honest. Some companies, it doesn't make sense for them to outsource their BDR team, and some companies it does, and some company it requires you part. And there's another process that they utilize as well, which I thought was fascinating. He's going to break that down, but hopefully this help you and in your enterprise sales efforts and guide you down a path. So let's go ahead and dive in and check it out. When you say outsourcing, define that in your term, the way you guys have it on your website or your marketing.
We have kind of two flavors of how we work with clients.
Yeah.
We do an outsourced person or half a person or multiple people where, they're experienced folks, trained by us, been doing this a long time, and we have all the software and all the data and we can basically take their specs, take their messaging, crystallize it, and then basically go to market, right? And we can be up and running in 2 weeks. We can start calling from signed agreement to 2 weeks. You're up and running. So it's speed to market, but it's also we have it all. That's why we can get it going so fast, right?
Yeah.
We have it all in place. So that's the outsourced SDR part of our business. And
thinking about looking at outsourcing part of her sales team, or at least some of her SDR work. Why would she consider doing it? Besides the fact, we know about the seed rounds and so forth, but let's say a traditional organization now at this point, what would be some of the things that they need to look at if it makes sense to start doing some kind of outsourcing or augmentation where they basically hiring the mercenaries to help out with what we're doing internally?
Yeah,
does that make sense?
Question. It really, you can really work backwards. What's your sales goal? Right? What's that sales leader's sales objective? They have to do X amount of revenue in the calendar year, or what if you're measuring it quarterly, and then you go backwards, right? Okay, what's our average deal size? Okay, how many deals do we need? Then what's our win rate based on how many deals go into pipe? And then now you need that number of appointments to start a sales funnel, and then you're getting sales opportunities into your sales pipeline from multiple channels, right? You're getting some from marketing leads, you're getting some from existing clients, you're getting some from referrals. And then there's the cold outreach that we would do, or in some cases we're provided marketing leads from the client, and we also do an intent. We'll do an intent. We have an intent platform, and we'll run an intent campaign and find some people that are showing intent and use that as a calling list as well. So that's so that you can have multiple channels to put deals in your pipe, but you really work backwards, and then you say, okay, how much do we need from the marketing? How much is coming from marketing? How much is coming from existing clients? How much is coming from referrals and all the different other channels you have? And then you can say, okay, do I have the staff, right? Based on how many deals I need to get, I need X number of appointments. Do I have the internal staff to generate that myself? And then if the answer is no, you don't. Okay, you need to go out and hire, an external vendor like us to augment that, or you need to, staff up your SDR organization. And how quickly can you do that, right? You typically can't staff it up in less than a quarter, in some of these larger accounts. So, by the time someone gets on, you go through the whole hiring process, training process. It takes minimum 3 months, more like 6 months from a brand new person, especially if a company is hiring, young folks right out of college, right?
Yeah.
They have a longer training process, and there's a good reason why you would do that for a long-term career pathing in your company, but it doesn't necessarily meet your immediate, sales VP has to hit their number, right?
Yeah.
They got to look short-term and long-term. The outbound SDR model, you have to do inbound. You have to do events. You should be doing content syndication, lead generation, right? We're in that business as well. So there's you should be, now in this day and age with the AI and machine learning, you should be running intent campaigns to find out who's kind of raising their hand digitally that they're interested in your category of product. So you have to do all these things, but you can't ignore outbound.
With the intent side, is that a proprietary software you guys are using, or are you using one of the other companies that are out there to help with those campaigns?
Yeah, we have a partnership with one of the a platform. So we're a partner with them, so we can run these campaigns ourselves. And but it's their machine learning and AI and platform that we're using.
How's that changed the game for you guys using an intent campaign?
Oh God, I mean, you would. Again, we still have a cold list.
Yeah.
That we call, and then we have an intent list, right? But so just say you have a list of 1,000 companies and a few thousand contacts, right? That might be a cold list, but then you get an intent list. Well, it might only be 100 companies with a couple hundred contacts, but we know what the digital signal is that they're showing, right? We have all these keywords and so forth we put in the platform, so we know what type of content they're consuming or what they're doing online that makes them show intent. So we know what those digital signals are, and so we can prioritize our calling. So it's prioritizing the calling. It's a better conversation for the SDR, we use SDR and BDR
synonymously,
both of them. And it really what it ends up being a better appointment for the client, for our client.
But Mike, if people want to be your friend and to learn from you or even connect with you about doing a business together, what's the best way, some kind of business together, what's the best way for them to connect with you?
Yeah, sure. They can go to our website, greenleads.com, or send me an email, mike.farrell, Farrell, @greenleads.com. I'll be happy to send some time to chat.
Listen, that was Mike. Mike just gave us a whole bunch of information there, some great advice, some great insights, and I recommend that you go and connect with him. You can find him on LinkedIn. You can also find his contact information down below if you're watching this on YouTube. If you are listening on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, or wherever, please make sure to go ahead and leave us a rating and review and connect with Mike. Also, check out my friends over at Skipio. Big shout out to them. They sent me this, and I know it's not necessarily the winter time here in South Florida, but they took care of me. Sometimes in the office here it's getting freezing, and I really like this. It's comfortable, especially on my airplane. Not mine, but the planes that I travel on. Thank you, American Airlines and Delta. But anyways, I want you guys to check out our sponsors, though. They're giving us some great offers. I want you guys to succeed. I want you to thrive. I want you to find more of your ideal customers. I want you to know what to say when you reach out to them. And naturally, I want you to be able to close more deals. And I want you, most importantly, to raise your level of thinking and go out and do big things. Thanks so much for watching. Hey, thanks so much for taking the time to watch this video today. If you enjoyed the content, I ask you to go ahead and hit that like button, that thumbs up at the bottom right-hand corner. Also, to make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already. This way, we'll keep you up to date with all the latest sales strategies, latest tools, and things that are going to help you to not only find more prospects, but to close more deals. Thanks so much.